Of this deadline on the president's signature health care law. Let's bring in Congresswoman Karen Bass, a Democrat from California, who joins us from Los Angeles there. It's nice to see you on this day after the holiday, and I'm curious if you're a little nervous and what you're anticipating for the healthcare.gov website tomorrow. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, actually, I'm optimistic. You know, one thing that I think was corrected is that it was probably never a good idea to have the expectations be so high to begin with. This is such a massive change, and I'm certainly hopeful that the website will be working much better tomorrow. You know, in California, of course, we have our own website, and things are going pretty well in California. So there's a lot of successes and obviously a lot of challenges around the country.
Yeah, and something that I should say, a lot of the state exchanges are doing very well. It's interesting, the Fed one, of course, has a far larger reach, and it's a much, bigger thing to put together. But Are you concerned about selling this to your constituents because of the botched rollout?
Well, no, not my constituents at all. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, we had a town hall in which we had over 400 people come. We had people, enrollment counselors there that worked with folks, and things went very smoothly. You know, one of the sad things about the rollout has been the 36 governors that, have refused to participate. So if there were more state exchanges, I think things would have been much better. And then, my Republican colleagues who've spent hundreds of millions of dollars in a disinformation campaign has created all kinds of confusion. So you even have people in California who thought that they needed to sign up on the federal website and didn't realize that Covered California was actually health care reform. So I think that there has been a lot at play that has made a rollout much more difficult than it should have been.
But is this at all becoming divisive within the Democratic Party? I know you're familiar with the Upton bill, for which 39 Democrats broke ranks, and they voted to support that. And it's got to be for political reasons. Whether it's for ideological is another thing. But how concerned are you about sort of splitting up the Democratic Party on this?
Well, I'll tell you, because many of those 39 folks are my colleagues and my personal friends, and I will tell you that they were anguished by their vote. They did not make that vote because they didn't support health care reform or because they were mad at the rollout. They made that vote for the simple reason that they knew if they didn't, that there would be hundreds of thousands of dollars of ads that were going to run in their district the next day. And in my opinion, that's part and parcel of the disinformation, misinformation campaign that's being waged. And so I will tell you that my colleagues that are from swing states and swing districts, they are very concerned. They were nervous and disappointed by the rollout, but I do think that things are getting better, and I hope when I go back next week to find out that things are a little smoother in their states.
Apart from the website overall, what do you think needs to be done to implement this program successfully, have it be a success in the coming months and years, so that maybe 48 months from now, if not sooner, we're thinking, what was all that hullabaloo about? Because look where we are now.
And you know what? I really believe that that's going to be the case. But I think number one has to be public education, because you know, Alex, that there's already a lot of health care reform that is being implemented smoothly that we don't even talk about anymore. And you know, in a prior career, I worked in the emergency room, and I know when you have provisions of the Affordable Care Act that will not deny coverage to people with pre-existing conditions, are caps on the amount of coverage you can have. Those two initiatives alone literally save people's lives. And so I think that the Democrats and everybody need to do a much better job at educating the public about provisions that are already in place, and then encouraging people to get coverage.
No wonder you're so good on your feet. You worked in an ER. That is admirable, Congresswoman Karen Bass. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Let's bring in two ladies who are sitting with me here on set, Elise Viebeck from The Hill and Rebecca Cinderbrand, Politico's deputy.